Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to create Pabbly email marketing subscriber on Instamojo payment and add details in Google Sheets. So I am an owner of a business and I collect the payments of my business using Instamojo. Here what I want is that as soon as a payment is going to be done by any of my customers using Instamojo, I want to first create that customer as a subscriber in my Pabbly email marketing account. And with that, I want to add the details of the payment being done in my Google Sheets. And if I'm going to do this manually, it is going to take me a lot of time. So what I did was, I simply created an automation using Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So here in this automation, what we are going to learn is that as by any of my customers, whenever the payment is going to be done using Instamojo, automatically I want to add that customer as a subscriber in my Pabbly email marketing account. And with that, I want to add the payment details in my Google Sheets. And for that, we are going to create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn about this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. Welcome to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to automatically create Pabbly email marketing subscriber on Instamojo payment and add details in Google Sheets. So I'm an owner of an online business that sells digital products and services such as ebooks and online courses and use Instamojo for collecting payments. Every time any of the customer purchases, I want to instantly engage with the customer by adding them to my email marketing list for future promotions, updates and newsletters. At the same time, I also want to keep a track of all the transactions in Google Sheets for financial records and customer management. By automating this entire process, the business ensures that no customer is left out and all the records are up to date without any manual efforts, leading to more effective marketing campaigns and best customer relationship. And we're going to be creating this amazing automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Create Pabbly Email Marketing Subscriber on Instamojo Payment and add details in Google Sheets. So this is the name that I've given to my workflow. Next, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click right over here. So these are the folders from which I'm going to select Instamojo Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to our workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Pabbly Email Marketing Subscriber on Instamojo Payment and add details in Google Sheets, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these 2 concepts over here. Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first, and for the trigger application, we are going to select it as Instamojo V1. As with the help of Instamojo, I'm collecting the payments from my customers. So that is why for the trigger application, I'm going to select it as Instamojo V1. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as New Sale. Because whenever the payment is going to be done by any of my customers, automatically and instantly Pabbly Connect should capture the response. That is why for the trigger event, we're going to select it as New Sale. Okay. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook, webhook URL, we are going to connect Instamojo to Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this URL from here, and we need to follow the steps given here below in the help desk to connect Instamojo and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so in my Instamojo account, I've created a smart page in the name of PHP for programming. I'm selling this course to all of my customers, and I'm collecting the payments using Instamojo. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to connect this smart page to Pabbly Connect, and for that what we have to do is we have to click on this three dots right over here, and it says edit page. We're going to click on it. As we're going to do that, you will be forwarded towards the edit page of the smart page right over here, and if I'm going to scroll down, as I've turned on the bracket over here, it is asking for us to enter a webhook URL and for the information to send. So for the webhook URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. And for the information to send, if I'm going to click on this arrow, there are two options given to us. One is successful payments and another one is failed payments. So I'm going to select over here the information to send as successful payment, because whenever the payment is going to be successful, automatically Pabbly Connect should have the response of the payment. Okay, that is why for the information to send, I've selected it as successful payment. Okay, after pasting the webhook URL and selecting the payment right over here, we have to click on the save and update button on the top right corner. I'm going to click on yes. It says smart page PHP for programming edited successfully. We have added the webhooks to this smart page right over here, that is PHP for programming. So if I'm going to take you back to my workflow, over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do a dummy payment of this page that we have created using Instamojo, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the payment being successful or not. And for that, we're going to do the payment. For that, click on these three dots and click on share page right over here. A link is going to be provided to us. Copy this from here and open it in a new tab right over here. As you're going to do that, the smart page, that is PHP for programming, is going to appear in front of you. Over here it says enroll now. I'm going to click on it. Over here it is asking for the customer's information. It is asking for the first name, last name, email, and the phone number of our customer. So we're going to fill in the details. For the name, first name of our customer, I'm going to write it as Smart. For the last name of my customer, I'm going to write it as customer. Okay, for the email over here, I'm going to write it as smartcustomer56@pabblytudes.com, and for the phone number, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. Okay, after filling in all the details, I'm going to click on this button. It is asking for the address details of our customer, so I'm going to fill in the details. So these are the details: address as 11 New City, city as Bhopal, pin code or dummy pin code, state as Madhya Pradesh. I'm going to click on proceed to pay. As I've done that, you can see right over here, it is asking for the payment method to be selected. I'm going to select over here the card method. Okay, we're going to pay by card. It is asking for the card details right over here, so I'm going to fill in the details. So I've filled in the card details, and I'm going to click on this pay button. As you can see right over here, it comes as payment as successful. So as the payment has now been successful using Instamojo for the page PHP for programming, now I'm going to open my workflow that I've created, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this payment being done or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow and I'm going to scroll down over here. I'm going to wait for a few seconds. And after a few seconds, you can see right over here, I have received the response in my workflow that I've created. In the response, we have received the payment status as success. You can see right over here, we received the payment ID, the currency as INR, the completed time and date right over here, with the amount as 9 right over here. For the purpose, the name, that is Master PHP with our course, and for the city comes as India, amount as 9 again, state as Madhya Pradesh, postal code or dummy postal code, country as India, city as Bhopal, for the address, for the phone number, the dummy mobile number, name as Smart Customer, email as smartcustomer56@pabblytudes.com. So as we have received the response of the payment being done using Instamojo, this means that Instamojo is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and a trigger setup is done. So now whenever a payment is going to be done by any of my customers using Instamojo, automatically and instantly Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. After setting up the trigger step, so now we are going to set up our action step, and as our objective is that as soon as the payment is going to be done by any of our customers using Instamojo, automatically that customer should be added as subscriber in my Pabbly email marketing account. Okay, I want to add that customer as subscriber in the list that I've created in my Pabbly email marketing account. Okay, so now we're going to set up our action step, and for the action application, we are going to select it as Pabbly email marketing. Okay, and for the action event, I'm going to select it as add subscribers, as now I want to add a subscriber in my Pabbly email marketing account. Okay, after selecting the action application and the event, I'm going to click on this connect button. A new window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. Over here, it is asking for us to give the token in order to connect Pabbly email marketing to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and to have the access of the token, we have to click on this hyperlink developer API right over here. As we are going to do that, we are going to receive a token right over here. So I'm going to copy this token from here and I'm going to paste this token right over here. After that, I'm going to click on this save button. As I've done that, you can see Pabbly email marketing is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. It is asking for us to select a list. So I've created a list in the name of marketing campaign and I want to add subscribers in this list right over here in my Pabbly email marketing account. So what we are going to do is, for the list over here from the drop down, we are going to select the list that we want to create a subscriber in. I have selected it as marketing campaign. Okay. Next, it is asking for us to give the email address and the name of our subscriber. So for the email and the name of our subscriber, what are we going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, it says Instamojo V1 new sale. This was the previous step of this workflow. And as I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the email address of our customer, the subscriber that we are creating. So for the email over here, I'm going to search over here for email and I'm going to select the email data from my previous response and I'm going to select the data. As I've selected the data from the previous response, the data is mapped, and as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly for the name, I'm going to map the data of the name of my subscriber right over here. So I've mapped the data. Okay. After filling all the required details, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that, you can see right over here the status comes as success, and for the message it says as list updated successfully, total emails in list 1. Okay, so if I'm going to open the list that I've created in a Pabbly email marketing account, I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here a new subscriber in marketing campaign list has been created in the name of smartcustomer56@pabblytudes.com as the email and the name as smart customer. So this means that we successfully added our customer as subscriber in our Pabbly email marketing account. Okay, so now our action setup is done. With this, our objective is also to create a record of the payment that has been captured in our workflow in our Google Sheets. We want to create a record of the payment in our Google Sheets. Okay, so this is a spreadsheet that I've created in the name of Instamojo payment details, and I create a record of all my payments in this Google Sheet spreadsheet that I've created right over here. So now to create a record of the payments, we are going to add another action step to this workflow, and for the action application, we are going to select it as Google Sheets. Okay, and for the action event, what we are going to do is we are going to select it as add new row, as now we want to add a new row to this spreadsheet right over here. Okay, after selecting the action application and the event, I'm going to click on this connect button. A new window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, click on sign in with Google. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the permission. So I'm going to click on allow, as this save process in my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for us to select a spreadsheet. So I've created a spreadsheet in the name of Instamojo payment details. So what I'm going to do is for the spreadsheet over here, I'm going to select it as Instamojo payment details. Next, it is asking for us to select a sheet. So I've created a single sheet in my spreadsheet in the name of sheet 1. So for the sheet over here, what we're going to do is we're going to select it as sheet 1. Okay. Next, it is asking for the payment ID, name, email, phone number, address, city, state, country, pin code, currency, product name, quantity, amount, and payment status. So these are the fields that I've created in my spreadsheet. As you can see right over here, payment ID, name, email, phone number, address, city, state, country, pin code, currency, and all the other details. Okay, so these are the same fields in my workflow right over here, and for the details of these fields we are going to map the data. So let us map the data for the payment ID right over here. So this is the payment ID. I'm going to map the data. For the name, I'm going to map the data of the name of my customer right over here. For the email over here, I'm going to map the data of the email. Next, it is asking for the phone number. So I'm going to map the data of the phone number of my customer. For the address, I'm going to map the data of the address of my customer. That is going to be right over here. Next, it is asking for the city. So I'm going to map the data of the city of my customer. That is right over here. Similarly, for the state, we are going to map the data. Next, it is asking for the country. So we're going to map the data of the country right over here. For the pin code, I'm going to map the data of the pin code right over here. It is asking for the currency. So we're going to map the data of the currency right over here. Okay, so it's the data. I'm going to map it. For the product name, we're going to map the data of the product name right over here. For the quantity, we're going to map the data of the quantity right over here. Similarly, for the amount, I'm going to map the data of the amount. And for the payment status over here, I'm going to map the data of the status of the payment. After filling in all the required details, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, we have received a response, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Google Sheets and I'm going to check whether a record of this payment has been captured in my Google Sheets or not. For that, I'm going to open my Google Sheets that I've created. And yes, you can see right away the record of the payment is successfully captured in our Google Sheets. For the payment ID, the ID name as Smart Customer, email as smartcustomer@pabblytunes.com. For the phone number, dummy mobile number, address as 11 New City, city as Bhopal, state as Madhya Pradesh, country as India. For the pin code, a dummy pin code, currency as INR. Over here for the product name, for the quantity being 1, amount as 9, and the payment status as success. So as the record has now been created, this means that we successfully created an automation between Instamojo, Pabbly email marketing and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a business in which I sell online services like ebooks or online courses to my customers. I collect the payments using Instamojo. So here my objective is that as soon as a purchase is going to be done by any of my customers and the payment is going to be successful using Instamojo, I wanted to create that customer as subscriber in my Pabbly email marketing account, and then after that I wanted to also create a record of the payment in my Google Sheets so that I can have the financial details of my business as well in a systematic order in my Google Sheets. And for that, I've created this amazing automation between Instamojo, Pabbly email marketing and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is how you create this amazing automation. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.